Ladies and gentlemen, WWE Summerslam 2020, about to break it down. Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, you can find me on Twitter at 2sweetpod and at OMG Corey B. You can find the podcast as well at linktr.ee/2sweetpod. So, WWE Summerslam 2020, man, this has been quite the interesting build. And we've gotten some pretty decent builds out of this. So, SummerSlam 2020, the tagline is "You'll never see it coming." In my opinion, something has to happen here. And I don't know what that something is. Maybe, in my opinion, if I'm guessing that we're finally gonna get a reveal on Retribution. We're finally gonna find out who the leader is at SummerSlam, in what way or fashion. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see it at SummerSlam. So, moving on into the predictions. We got Drew McIntyre, we got Randy Orton, the championship is on the line. This has, without question, been the best build for SummerSlam. Some excellent things have happened, man. Ric Flair getting taken out. The promo back and forth that Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton had, I very much enjoyed that. Like, these dudes have been incredible, man. And I expect an incredible matchup, in my opinion, with the road that he has been on. I think Randy Orton should win here and should win the WWE Championship. I know a lot of people don't like that, an old guy holding the title, but Randy Orton is there every week. I don't have a problem with it. At the end of the day, I don't think they're going to take the title off of Drew McIntyre. That's just my opinion, even though I think it's time. I don't have anything against the guy. It's just that the reign itself has not been great, not because of him, but because we haven't had a legit challenger yet in this entire reign, except for Randy Orton. So I think Randy Orton winning would be a vehicle to keep the feud moving, but Drew McIntyre picks up the victory here. Moving on, we got the Universal Championship on the line, Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt. This has been weird, man. We're at a point now where Braun Strowman said he didn't care about Alexa Bliss. Bray Wyatt captured Alexa Bliss. And, like, who is the heel in this feud? On SmackDown, we had Bray Wyatt presumably coming out to make the save for Alexa Bliss against Braun Strowman. It is very weird. Very, very weird. So, we have Alexa Bliss in the mix here, and I'm telling you, Alexa Bliss is gonna come into play here. In my estimation, we are gonna have a new champion, and guess what? It is gonna be because of Alexa Bliss in some way, shape, or form. Is Alexa Bliss gonna be Sister Abigail? I don't know, but Alexa Bliss will help Bray Wyatt capture the Universal Championship, and he will defeat Braun Strowman. Who knows where this feud, if it will continue or not, we shall see. But Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, will be your winner. So, speaking of weird, man, we got Asuka here trying to be the double champion. First up is the Raw Women's Championship, Sasha Banks versus Asuka, and man, have they stretched this feud out. Like, it feels like it's been Sasha Banks versus Asuka for quite some time now, and we need a clean finish here. I think this feud needs to be over. It will be over after SummerSlam, because Shayna Baszler is waiting in the wings and she needs to get in on this. So I expect an awesome matchup. These ladies, in fact, this is my matchup of the night, candidate for matchup of the night. Sasha Banks versus Asuka. They have incredible chemistry. I once said that Asuka and Charlotte Flair has the best chemistry in women's history. Sasha Banks and Asuka is right there with them. Like Sasha Banks is right there with them. So this should be an incredible match. As for the winner, this is very tricky, man. I am gonna go with Asuka to pick up the championship and to get back her championship here. And we're gonna move on to which, either if it's Sasha Banks or Asuka, I don't have a problem either way, but I think Asuka is gonna win versus Sasha. Moving to the SmackDown Women's Championship, however, I expect another tremendous matchup. Bayley and Asuka, again, incredible chemistry. Asuka is just in my opinion, the best women's wrestler in the world, the best of all time, in my opinion. That's just me. So, at the end of the day, man, Asuka will not be a double champion. Like, they're building this up to where it's gonna be Asuka 2 belts, and like, it's not gonna happen here. Bayley will retain the championship. She's been taking a lot of losses lately, and it's like, come on, man. The champion should not be taking losses, and eventually we're gonna get to SummerSlam, and the champion is gonna win. So Bayley retains here. I have no idea what goes on with the SmackDown Women's Championship. We shall see. Moving on to things that we will see: Seth Rollins versus Dominic Mysterio in a street fight, and this has been a phenomenal build, man. You know, when it first got announced, you know, Seth Rollins versus Dominic, I'm like, oh man, really? And you know what? The greatness of wrestling, they have drawn me in to this matchup. Dominic beating down Seth Rollins with the kendo stick, Seth Rollins returning the favor, him and Buddy Murphy returning the favor, and then Rey Mysterio and Dominic returning the favor on them. This has been an incredible build that I'm very much invested into, and I'm glad that, you know, Dominic's first match at SummerSlam, for goodness sakes, they needed to add a stipulation here. It couldn't just be a regular wrestling match. Add a stipulation, make it easier on Dominic. I like where this is going. This should be a very, very interesting match. I can't even say it should be a good match because I have no idea what Dominic's gonna look like. I'm very interested. I'm very invested. But Seth Rollins will get the win here. And man, this is the most interesting, not the best, but the most interesting matchup of the night. So Seth Rollins will get the win here. They're going to make Dominic look really good in this match, but Seth will get the win. Move on. We got the Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza. You know, we had the whole who poisoned Montez Ford. Had a brain freeze there, sorry. And we found out that it was Selena Vega that did it. And this build has been decent at best. You know, I didn't understand why Angelo Dawkins was just standing there. If you knew that his guy was poisoned on Monday Night Raw, just standing there chilling, happy. And I'm like, that didn't really vibe with me. But the whole GTV thing, I guess GTV is back now in WWE. That was pretty funny. But we have this matchup. It should be an excellent matchup. I just wish the build could have been better, but at least they're doing something. As for your winner, the Street Profits will pick up the victory here. You know, overcoming Selena Vega's poisoning, Molly's, I don't know what it was that she slipped up on poor Montez Ford, but the Street Profits will pick up the victory here. Moving on, we have the United States Championship on the line, and man, this should be Bobby Lashley in this match. Like, why is MVP getting the United States Championship match and not Bobby Lashley? I don't get that. Nevertheless, Apollo Crews versus MVP. I don't like what they've been doing with the Hurt Business, man. It's like the Hurt Business is losing nearly every week, and they won this week on Raw. It was a 3-on-1 advantage, and like, man, they had Apollo Crews down 3-1, and it took all the way to the end of Bobby Lashley getting the victory over Apollo Crews, to where it was a 1-on-1 match. And I'm like, man, they just make the Hurt Business look unlike any fierce thing in wrestling. So we have Apollo Crews and MVP here. It's gonna be a good match. They have good chemistry, but I don't see MVP picking up the victory here. Apollo Crews is gonna get the win, and we'll see what goes on with the Hurt Business, man. It's time to put Lashley in the spotlight. MVP is the mouthpiece, man, not the guy that should be wrestling for the championship. So move on. We got Sonya Deville versus Mandy Rose, hair versus hair. This has been an excellent build, man. I have been very much invested into what they have going on, and Sonya Deville attacking Mandy Rose. I love that. Cutting her hair. And now, man, Mandy Rose cut the best promo of her entire career on SmackDown. And it got me invested into this match. The hair versus hair is a dumb stipulation normally, but I love it for this match, man. I absolutely love it. Mandy Rose is going to get the win here. Clearly, Sonya Deville has been torturing her in this entire storyline and before. So Mandy Rose will pick up the victory here. Sonya Deville, I guess Sonya Deville is going to rock the ball. Look, we'll see. But Mandy Rose picks up the victory here. So moving on, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is the matches that are slated for WWE SummerSlam. You know, I find it strange that AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy is not on SummerSlam. Instead, it's going to be on SmackDown. I think that's weird. We'll see if any late-minute matches get added, but that is it for the predictions for SummerSlam. Let me know your thoughts on Twitter at 2SweetPod or at OMG Great Big